Welcome to the Drop Book Murphys podcast. I'm Jackie, the sarcastic black cat.
And I'm Rob, the goofy golden retriever.
And we're here to talk all things books. Welcome back.
We're back.
We're back.
We are in the final freaking, what is this, the last couple chapters?
It's 47 through the end.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot.
That went quick.
It did. And we're talking about Shield of Sparrows for those that, I hope you're not tuning in at the very end, but sometimes people read the end of a book and they don't read the whole thing.
And then they came to this podcast and were like, I don't want to listen to the other three. I'm just going to listen to the last good chapters, right?
Yeah, the chaos. Yeah. So, this is the part where...
Oh, yes. Jackie's going to give her spiel.
Yeah.
Her spiel of the info
on
what we read about.
I better take a deep breath.
Yes.
Before I begin.
Get some oxygen. Here we go.
Okay, chapter 47 opens with Odessa reeling from the best kiss of her life. Ransom left the same day Jocelyn did. She wasn't sure where he was, but she knew Jocelyn was a few days' trip to Quintus. Odessa knew that with the new info about Ransom being Prince, she would never have anonymity in Tura. She also fills in Samuel Hay on her map making, and he agrees to help. As children and residents alike are entertained by the Voster, Ransom reappears. She peppers a line of questioning about Lissa in which Ransom answers all that he can. While Odessa will never trust the Voster or magic, Ransom has faith in them and doesn't think that they created Lissa. We discover that Evie is Ransom's sister, and his father has no idea she exists because he tried to end his mother. After that shocking revelation, 48 opens with even more questions from Odessa. We learn that Ransom's mother never really loved his father. They were forced to wed, but she had a lover back in her home village. All of his mother's family were killed during the Crux migration years ago. Her lover was her brother's best friend, but we learn he wasn't the father to Evie. King Ramsay is, but he is not aware. Ransom stopped his father from taking out his mother while he slaughtered her lover after catching them together. Ransom hid both his mother and sister for the last 4 years from Ramsay. He tells Odessa that Xavier is very much Evie's father in action and a wonderful cousin and friend to him. Ransom tells Odessa that he believes her father has figured out how to end the Shield of Sparrows by taking out the Voster and their magic. Chapter 49 starts with Ransom filling Odessa in on her father trying to discover Elasaria for many reasons, mostly for more power and no Voster in his way. On top of power struggles, learning of the Crux in their next migration is very off-putting to Odessa, knowing many won't make it. Ransom consistently gives her all of the truth that he possibly can. Alyssa-infected Beowulf attack leads to terrible consequences, hunting down Odessa while she runs for her life. And the high priest saved her at the very last second. A week has passed since the Beowulf attack. Chapter 50 starts with Samuel Hay providing a finished map to Odessa. She is still so convinced that Lissa started with the Voster and Elasaria. We learn that Tilia and Halston are having a baby. Xavier and Ransom arrive, bloodied and bruised after a long week away. The high priest grabs Odessa's hand and causes her pain and discomfort from his magic, leading to the question, who is your mother, child? The chapter ends with Evie nowhere to be found. In chapter 51, while they all search for Evie, Odessa tells them that Evie really wants to be a warrior just like Xavier. Catelyn finds her and tells Ransom that if he doesn't let her find her way and explore, she will end up leaving them all. Odessa finds out from Catelyn that Luella used to be a revered alchemist. When talking to Ransom about the Voster and the pain it causes when she is touched, Ransom tells her that he never feels the pain when they touch him, and he has never known anyone that has that effect from their touch. Chapter 52 begins with Ransom giving a gift of a dagger to Odessa, one he used as a child. She starts to question if the monsters are always hunting her, which Ransom doesn't deny, seeing how Faze is drawn to her. She starts to spiral and believe all the lives lost have been her fault. She wants to test her theory, but Ransom tells her how important she is to him, to all the lives that she continues to try to save, putting herself at risk each and every time. They decide for once, with everything stacked against them, not many choices that they can make of their own, that they choose each other. And we have a very charged intimate scene. 53 kicks off with bliss from both Ransom and Odessa basking in the night before. Back to questioning the Voster at every turn, Odessa asks Ransom if he is bound to not speak of Elysaria, to which he can't answer. He is certain there will never be a cure for Alyssa, while Odessa holds out hope for one. When news of a Beowulf pack closing in on the village comes in, Odessa wants to test her theory of drawing them in, but Ransom says absolutely not. She is attacked by a sick-looking man in the street who tries to choke her and end her. She took a dagger to him and ended him herself, while green blood spilled to the ground. Chapter 54 begins with Tilia apologizing for the man, saying he shouldn't have been in the village at all. Odessa reflects on the chanting that the man had done before she took him out, to end her and serve his king. As Luella tends to her, Odessa states she is his mother, aka Ransom. Luella explains her reasoning for not loving Ramsay and why she made the decisions to lead them here. Ransom tells the story of how he killed Xavier's father because he tried to take him out first for the crown. In chapter 55, we learn that Odessa and Ransom have spent the last 2 weeks healing and learning more about each other intimately. We learn that the morning of Odessa's attack, Luella had left and told no one of where or what she was doing. Odessa continues her reading and trying to find a cure for Lissa on her own, using books Kathleen provided with many alchemy notes. While Xavier and Ransom, Odessa has questions about the man who attacked her, them telling her that he had no bite marks, but they found needle marks instead. Ransom tells Odessa that the man was from Elysaria. It turns out Kathleen has been placing breadcrumbs for Odessa to find, but is blood oath bound to deny. They are trying to replicate the Guardian's strength by infecting men with Lissa, but they all perish. Chapter 56 starts with Kathleen and Luella agreeing that it has gotten out of hand, but Luella just wanted to save her family from a future Crux migration, like she couldn't the first time. We found out that Luella created Lissa. She explains that the monsters inherently have magic, so she didn't create that part, but she has been working to make everyone less susceptible to illness. She also stated that alchemy got her out of the mundane, and she used old tales of monsters healing and went from that, creating an elixir that many people used, but only Ransom had the effects of Lissa after the Beowulf bite. And him and the creature created it together, is Luella's thought. In chapter 57, Ransom is beside himself with rage for all the people lost that could have lived if not for her mother and her alchemy. Ramsay found out about Lissa and has been trying to replicate it on his soldiers, killing them in the process. He wants to be able to stop the Crux and doesn't care who gets hurt. In chapter 58, Odessa searches high and low and cannot find Ransom. She questions why the emblem on her necklace is the same as Luella's journal. When she finally finds him, he says he needs to leave Elysaria and stop his father. Odessa finally tells him the truth of her father sending her to find out about Elysaria and take him out when she got the chance. She learns that he has many blood oaths, keeping him from telling her much of anything about the armies of men and Elysaria. 3 Days of Bliss kicks off chapter 59, leading to the upcoming unknown for Ransom. While playing with FaZe and Evie, Odessa notes that he has all emotions, and what a puzzle they are to figure out. Evie again shows Odessa a secret place, a migration tunnel, with books and other hidden items. In a last moment before everything changes, Ransom says that he is taking his mother back to Elysaria to try to right her wrongs. That Xavier is going to, asking her that if anything happens to them, will she bring Evie to Quintus? Chapter 60 starts with an army waiting at the gates, where Ransom can't send them away against his father. He wants Ransom back in Elysaria. Along with the army, Ramsay, Brother Dime, and a shocking surprise guest, Banner, are all in tow. Ramsay tells them that a crux was spotted 2 days ago not far from Eldar. He slips the little fact in that he made a deal with Banner to return Odessa to Quintus and Raging Ransom. But we find out that's not the fiancé he's talking about. It's Brielle. Luella chooses to face Ramsay, and he states that a Quentin spy found her and a girl who looks shockingly like her. Odessa threatens the king if he attempts to hurt Luella. He shoves her into Brother Dime, saying, "You deal with her." The chapter ends with the sound of crux wings nearby. Chapter 61 begins in absolute chaos, starting with Jocelyn being pulled apart. Halston loses a leg in the madness while everyone ducks and runs. Luella is scooped up and also ended by a female crux. Odessa flees to get Evie, and while trying to get to the dungeons, they are held up by Banner, wanting to avenge his brother's death by killing the person the Guardian loved most, her. Chapter 62 starts with Banner lunging for Odessa while she blocks attempted attacks from him. With a flying dagger, Banner hit a different target, Xavier. This child of only 4 has seen so much gore and devastation than Odessa has in her entire life. When running for safety, many people perished at the claws of the Crux, including Brielle. When Ransom finds Evie and Odessa, he tells them to flee and not look back. In fleeing, Brother Dime finds them and tells her to come with him. And she does not, because Ransom trusts the Voster, even if she doesn't. From Ransom's POV in Chapter 63, we learn that Halston and Xavier are both fighting for their lives in the infirmary. Ransom had ended the Crux, but as he returns to the town center, he finds his sword buried in a woman with red curls, much like Odessa. And the book ends with Ransom on the way to find his wife.
Crazy.
I know.
It got crazy.
It really did. It really, really did.
Like, Devney Perry?
Yeah.
She pulled out all the stops in those last couple chapters. She's like, you know what? Let's throw this in there. Let's throw this.
It's very much like SJM style.
Yeah. It was something.
Yeah.
It was really wild.
Crazy. I know. And now we have to start back at 47.
Back to 47. Can I remember back then?
I know, so much happened.
When chapter 60 hit, it got chaotic. But I was like, wait, I gotta go back. I gotta think about this a little bit.
I know. And we're talking to Samuel Hay.
Yep.
And he
was the one that wrote all that bad stuff about her town. Now he's kind of on our side.
Yeah. And quote, "What are you doing, princess? Finding the truth. And what will you do with this truth? Set myself free."
What a great thing to do.
I know.
If you tell nothing but the truth and find nothing but the truth, you're going to probably be in a better place.
It's true. It's true. Back in with talking to Samuel Hay. So I think we're still talking to Samuel Hay.
He likes to talk. He's a historian.
He's got a lot of information. Yeah. Oh, yeah. They're talking about Odessa and Ransom are talking about if his father knows that he has Alyssa. And he's not sure because he hasn't spoken to him in 4 years other than that time they saw them in the village because of Evie. And so this is where Odessa's like, "Why, is it your daughter?" And he's like, "No, she's my sister."
Oh.
Yeah.
That was kind of a bombshell. Like,
I know. Well, it's bombshell after bombshell.
Yeah, it just keeps coming.
The hits keep coming. And she's like, "Why does he not know?" And quote, "Because he tried to kill my mother." Yeah. Well, that'll do it. And 48, we just kind of have discussions about this, like what the heck happened between your mom and dad? Like, and we find out that she had a lover. I mean, it was an arranged marriage, and like he just wanted a queen to just do whatever he asked.
Old-timey stuff.
Yeah.
We don't get it.
We don't get it.
It's like, that's crazy.
It is crazy. And she had a lover named Mikhail. I don't know if that's correct.
Mikhail?
He was a young captain and her brother's best friend. And he, Ransom doesn't really want to know about his mom's intimate life. But like he wasn't sure how long the affair went on for, but
yeah, I wouldn't want that either.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I'm okay. I don't need to hear anymore.
But what he does know is that Evie is Ramsay's daughter. She's a princess of Tura, and she has obviously no idea. None. I mean, she thinks Xavier is her papa.
Ah.
No. And we have here that, quote, "Father caught them in bed together. I'll never forget her screams."
Uh-oh.
Yeah. And he took out her lover. Bye-bye.
Mikhail?
Yeah.
Hell, we didn't even know him yet.
Yeah. I know. It's crazy. This whole ending, like, I'm glad that we started on these chapters because it literally just kicks up. It literally is like kicks up.
Yeah. You're kicking the dust off those boots real quick.
Yeah. But then we have here, quote, make no mistake, Xavier is her father. He loves her with every beat of his heart, whether she shares his blood or not. Xavier has sacrificed more for me, for this kingdom, than is fair.
Yeah, he was pretty adamant to like point that out to her. Like, no,
Like,
he's done everything for her,
including Jocelyn. But
yeah,
it's like you got to give him a little slack for that. Like, nobody wanted that to happen where you walked in on it and you cried, Odessa. But Dre's my dude.
yeah, he's still my guy.
Oh. And he wants Evie to have a choice when she's older. If he's still alive, he's gonna vow to give her a choice.
Yep.
Same as Odessa. Odessa's reflecting on a choice that she hadn't been given.
Yeah.
She was never given a choice, and she became a sparrow. Yeah. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. And they're having conversations at this point about her father. And he's like, well, your father's a monster. And she's like, no, he's not.
Yeah, she doesn't know that he is, I guess. Because she's only seen the good side of him, mostly. Like,
well,
it's kind of just how she grew up. Like, yeah, he's the man. I just follow what he says.
She just, like, was never gonna, like, fight.
Yeah.
Like, it's just not in her. Like, maybe now, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Royalty. You can't
understand
it.
Yeah. We definitely can't understand it. No. We're on chapter 49. In this chapter, she's like, can we just take out the Voster already? Like, you would. They're creepy to you.
Yeah, I don't like it. We could do that.
Yeah. But she was fairly certain you wouldn't be able to take them out because they have magical powers,
Yeah, they're a little bit higher up on the magic list here.
To me, like, every time they hit the page, they are literally the most, like, intriguing characters because, like, what do we know about them?
Not much.
It's like the same kind of intrigue I had with the Bone Carver. Like, they're creepy.
If you like the idea of the Voster, I think you would like why can't I think of it? Brandon Sanderson's book.
Brandy Sandys?
Yes.
Mistborn?
Mistborn, yes. Because there's kind of like something similar. Yeah.
That's good to know.
Kind of like another group of people that are on like the up and up and like watching everything. Like creepily watching and knowing a lot.
Oh, they're all knowing. Yes. Yeah, that's good to know because that is one that I wanted to potentially read someday.
I know. I got to get back into that series, but
I know.
When? Yeah, I got too many books to read.
Too little time.
Yeah.
So she was just wondering about like their magic. And he said, magic comes with strings. The Brotherhood will never understand or never answer to a mortal king. They only stand behind people of their choosing. They're like, look, we're picky because we can be.
It's our choice.
We got magic, bro.
We got that magic. What do you got?
This made me laugh. Husband, I narrowed my gaze. You know where the Voster live, don't you? And of course, he couldn't. So he can't say anything. They've got like blood oaths in this. Obviously, they have a blood oath of the Shield of Sparrows.
There's rules.
There's magical rules.
Can't cross them a lot of times.
No. So, the books. Now she understands a little bit more why Ramsay was burning books.
Yeah, it's kind of making sense here.
Yeah. So.
Still wrong.
She still doesn't know who Evie's mother is, though. Not at this point.
Yeah.
She's trying to guess. She's like, wait a second. Who is it? She thought maybe Kathleen. She thought maybe Kathleen was...
Kathleen?
Yeah.
Then you gotta lay down, sir.
It is hot.
It's hot
and
in here today.
We have the air conditioning off right now because it's so loud in the mic. But we have a heat wave here. We had some of the craziest storms. And, like, the Weather Channel did not even prepare us, like, and let us know it happened overnight. And unfortunately, and this is really, really sad, very sad, in this storm in our area, 2 6-year-old twins lost their lives, and it's terrible. So like,
Yeah.
if you believe in anything or if you send good thoughts out to, it's a terrible thing.
Send it to the family.
It's really sad.
Yeah.
So we've had really bad storms here, and
the weather's getting hot and hot.
yeah,
It's
so
scary right now.
it's a heat wave for sure, which we're not used to where we're from. So, and you know, we're learning more about, back into the book, we're learning more about the city, Elysaria, and why the Crux migration like affected so harshly. Are you okay, Finn?
He's not. He is not. Why did you go upstairs? There's an AC on.
I know.
Like, we're doing this for the pod, man.
Yeah, we're doing this for the pod.
You can go upstairs. It's nice and cool up there.
We have a sauna. We learn about the alchemists, and inside of Elysaria, they're trying to keep a lot of truths hidden away in that city, let me tell you.
We don't know anything.
You know, he did say this, though. Because of the blood oaths, like, you literally painfully cannot. It's kind of like Pharaoh and Rhysand. Like, they said, if you go, I go. They made an oath. It's like he has some sort of oaths that she doesn't really know about, but he said, quote, I cannot trust you with all of my truths, Odessa, but I will give you as many as possible.
You know, I was like weirded out by that. I'm like, what is he not telling her?
I know. And
like, can I trust him? Can I?
Can I?
I don't know.
So then we have, of course, another potential monster attack. Like, we're always on alert in Treehouse Town. Always.
Yeah, they need to get like a security camera or something.
Those trees. She always believes that the high priests or the Voster have hurt someone. Like, that's what her belief immediately is, like, oh, it was one of them. But no, the Bear Wolves are back in Aldar.
The Bear Wolves. The Bear Wolves.
It sounds like a really cool band name.
Bear Wolves.
Like, they're gonna go rock out.
Yeah, I'm going to watch the Bear Wolves tonight.
At the
go jam.
Club.
At the club.
She is so interested in them, which I'm glad. Like, I know, again, I've said this before, a lot of you didn't like Odessa's like inner monologue. I love her inner monologue because I'm learning so much, and I know there's, you know, arguments about this, but if you're listening to this, I'm assuming you like Odessa. But
I love her.
Yeah,
I think she's great.
Yeah, she's a lot of people don't like the constant line of questioning she has in her brain.
Yeah, but like, I have a million questions.
So do I.
So it helped me understand a little more. And
she was talking about the Voster, the high priest. His hands were raised, those gnarled green nails splayed wide, and with a sweep of his arms, he sent an icicle the size of a grown adult into the Bear Wolf's open mouth. What? That's sick.
That was crazy.
That is sick. So again, I say this again and again. Every time I think of these, I think of the creatures from Salem's Lot. This is what I picture. This is what I picture.
Yeah, I mean, they're pretty ugly. It tracks. I'd say it tracks.
And the Bear Wolves were everywhere. Close the gates, Ransom roared. I have like a thing that I could say right now, but Rob hasn't gotten there. So I have to just ignore that. But close the gate, people. People that know, if you know, you know. Okay? Sorry to make you shed a little tear there, but yeah.
I want to know.
You can't know.
I can't know why.
You have to wait.
That's bullcrap.
Well, it's not in this book. It's a different series.
Okay. Yeah. That makes sense, I guess. Don't spoil anything.
Yep. So we are all running from the Bear Wolves, and we, of course, a little boy, Mama. Someone was taken out. You know, the boy. It just, every time the monsters come, somebody go. It's just sad. And then all of a sudden, we see the one-eyed Bear Wolf that had infected Ransom.
Ugly. One eye, Bear Wolf, infections.
All of it.
Nasty.
Yeah. And again, the high priest, there he is again, blocking her path. A cold blast of icy wind blew the hair from my face as the priest lifted his arms, and with a flick of his wrist, the ice shard launched from above his head over mine, crashing into the monster on my tail.
It's not fair that they get to do the cool stuff. They got like the coolest powers, but like they're also creepy.
Yeah.
Can't be trusted.
You love them. You love to talk about them.
A little bit.
The little boy, though. Oh. It's just...
It's horrible. The chaos that's happening in this part.
And then we're on to chapter 50 after all that chaos. And it had been a week since the bear wolf attack. Ransom, Xavier, and the high priest had gone on a hunt to find the pack that had killed 31 people. 31.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
I didn't realize
it wasn't
that
just
many.
like one or two. Yeah. And Evie obviously always struggles with Xavier being gone, which why wouldn't she? She's 4 years old. That's sad, you know. And then we got Samuel Hay sneaking in again. It's like,
he's back.
He's back.
Writing another book.
No, he's just hoping that like everyone returns soon. Like he does have a lot of respect for those that fight off these monsters because like he's like I couldn't.
He can't do it.
It's crazy, and they had burned the slain monsters, but there really wasn't any solace in their being gone because they continuously come back. They just come back and take more people.
It's horrible.
I know. And it's been really difficult for Jonas and Samuel to kind of like fit into this like whole equation because like you know Jonas is a little boy too seeing all this devastation. Like could you imagine Odessa seeing all this in her formative years? Like
it would change for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Like can't trust anything. Gotta like I don't know. You just have to prepare for the worst.
I know. And Samuel did finish his map, but he'd warned Odessa, like, I don't know. This is like some of it I just kind of like extrapolated. Like, I don't know
how made it up.
Accurate it is, but. And she believes, like, Alyssa started somewhere, and she truly believes it's in that Alice area. You getting sick of that name yet? But.
Not yet.
And she's convinced it had something to do with the Voster. Convinced.
I mean, they're so, like, suspicious. It's hard not to be like, what's up with this place?
Again, it's very much like the Weaver and the Bone Carver. Like, that kind of, like...
Same track, yeah.
Yeah. But she's now repeating the names of those that were lost when she was there. Wit, Soraya. Ugh. And just thinking about those that have been lost is really weighing heavily. Really weighing heavily.
Yep.
And then we could find out that Halston and Tilia are going to have a baby.
There's a baby boy on the way.
Well, we don't know if it's a boy.
I don't know. I just felt like that'd be sad. There's a baby. There's a baby coming.
Yeah. So
exciting, but like at the same time, we're like
scary.
What
in this world? Jinx.
Shouldn't do it.
And then after all this time, it's been a week, I think, and there's Ransom. He was beautiful even in disarray, of course. She thinks so.
Obviously.
Duh.
Man of the year.
He is. You know, he apologized for the lies, Xavier. And Odessa's like, look, okay, my feelings were hurt because what the heck did I walk in on? But also, like, I know you were following orders.
Yeah. She's like level-headed. She's like, all right.
I guess.
I was a little mad, but I understand now, so.
Yeah, she's with the man of the year now, so.
You know, it's all right. It kind of gave me a free pass. Go with my man.
Yeah. Miss Me, talking to, that's Ransom talking to Odessa. And she said, never. And he said, quote, has anyone ever told you that you're a horrible liar?
Horrible. Yeah, she has it. She's blushing. She is blushing.
What do you hear out there? Do you hear some monsters? Some bear wolf?
It's a bear wolf out there, fan.
You're a protector.
Better go get it.
So, and then we've got the high priest actually put his hands on her again, and she's like literally writhing with pain. And he's like, let her go. Like, what are you doing, bro?
Yeah.
And that's when we get the quote, who is your mother, child?
Your mother, child.
What'd that sound like on the audio? Did it sound creepy?
It was pretty creepy.
Did they sound creepy when they talk? The Voster or no?
Actually, I can't remember now because I was at work, but
yeah.
Sometimes I forget things. but I'm like focused on two things. But I'm pretty sure they didn't even actually use their voice.
Oh, they just,
Yeah, they just said it. Like, the Voster did this.
How is the female narrator in this book?
Oh, it's awesome.
She's good.
But then I got to tell you, the last chapter,
Ransom.
That was probably the coolest audio I've ever heard.
I'm gonna have to listen to it.
It's like super scary. Oh. And whoever the voice is did an amazing job.
Who is the voice actor for that? I have to look it up.
I don't know. I don't know. I just hear the voice.
All right, we're in 51. They are looking for Evie, I believe. Yes, they're always looking for Evie. She's a little sneakster. She wants to be a warrior. That's what she really wants.
Yeah, I mean, she's watching one of the best.
And Luella is very nervous. Where'd she go? And Xavier also comes up, and she was near the tunnel hatch, and she said, "I'm sorry, Papa." Mm-hmm. She's so cute. I love Evie.
She is. She's a cute little girl.
And as Kathleen said, quote, "That child was born to fly. You will all need to be mindful not to clip her wings." Oh, she's laying down the law, Kathleen. Like, hey, like you all were a bunch of heathens. Like she just wants to join the crew.
Yeah, she just wants to have the same kind of trouble you guys did.
She's a free spirit.
Yeah.
And so then we learn from Kathleen the reason why Luella was never really smiling or laughing. And it's because her family was taken out by the Crux migration. Which, if you listen to my entire breakdown, you know why. My whole, like, I run out of breath breakdown in the beginning. And so at this point, Odessa asks if Evie can show her the tunnel.
Can I see this tunnel? Is there books down there? Is there special things?
And then she asks at the same time, Ransom, is Kathleen your mother? And he said, no. No, she not. And she has a lot of questions, of course. That about asking about the Voster, like, does it hurt when you get touched by them? And he's like, I mean, it's not great when they siphon the Lyssa or Comet, whatever they do, but it doesn't hurt. Yeah. And she's like, well, I feel their magic. And he's like, what do you mean you feel their magic? Like, huh?
It's like, that's new.
What?
You feel something?
Or something about you. Oh.
Uh-oh.
Des. And he's, he just couldn't believe it. And she's like, oh, I gotta look more into them. And they were gone, of course. Of course they were. The Voster. Yeah. And we're on 52. We got Faze hanging with Evie and Odessa. He's such a cutie. And we get the gift of the dagger from Ransom to Odessa that he used as a child. Of course he has to say he used it as a child. Of course.
Here's a dagger I easily wielded when I was a kid. And now you can have it.
There you go.
Here's a starter kit.
A starter
to be a badass.
And then we have, quote, this one's kind of long, but it's important, this whole paragraph. Quote, there was something wrong with the beowulf in the courtyard. Something different. It looked at me like it was after me. And I know this sounds like a stretch, but I swear to the gods it ordered the others to go after me. I can't even believe I'm saying this out loud. It's a monster, mindless and ruled by bloodlust, but I can't stop seeing its eyes, hearing those clicks. What if? So she's wondering if, like, they're after her.
Seems like it.
He said nothing. And she's like, you think that too? And he changed the subject. Yeah. Because he also, it's a theory he's had.
Yeah, there's something up.
Yeah. Because he's never seen a monster with or without Lyssa attack near fires in Ashmore. Like, he thought that was odd from the jump.
So it's like, it's going double duty here to try to get somebody.
Yeah, and the Tarkin and Faze, even Faze, like, prefers Odessa over Evie, and she spends all the time with them, Evie, but it has, like, a draw to Odessa. So when I was reading this, I'm like, this is sick. Like, I love the little breadcrumbs that Devney is placing. Like, I love this. It is book. Cool. And she just thought, maybe it's a coincidence. Maybe
it's my hair.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
My yeah. I love that.
But she's just like, keeps thinking again of the names of the people that perish, and she believes it's her fault. And she's like, I can't put people at risk.
She
Like,
has a lot of remorse versus everybody else, it seems.
I know.
Like, she's like, she's really felt this as a, a huge moment.
Yeah.
Everyone else is like, this has happened before. We'll be okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, Charles and whoever in the town.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, like she does have a very caring demeanor.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like that about her.
Me too. And we've got another really important part. In quote, suffocate. You were suffocating in Quintus. You were effing wasting away in that golden castle. I'm not trying to trap you here, Odessa, but I need you to live. I have never been more scared than when I saw you run for that boy. And, when she tried to save that boy, like that apparently really did a number on him. He was nervous.
Oh, yeah.
And he's not saying he's going to keep her here as a prisoner. If she wants to go back to Quintus, he will take her himself.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, this quote. I love this quote. Okay. Quote, when I am nothing but dust and ash, Tura will endure. I do not need a crown. And I have made peace with my destiny. But before I step into my grave, my choice is you. Isn't that a great quote?
That actually is a really good quote.
Yeah.
That was very meaningful.
I love it. Love it. And she did say, this choice is mine to be here. I do want to be here. And you are my choice. And here we go. Here's where the spice comes.
Spicy.
How is this on audio?
Pretty good. Not gonna lie, I was like, hey, this is making my day at work a little more interesting.
Yeah.
Not just what? I'm like, whoa, this is going down.
And then, stop asking questions, Ransom, and kiss your wife. Yes, my queen. I'm not going to get into all this because it sounds crazy to be talking about it, but you get the picture. But
you know what happened.
If you
read this book, you visualized it in your way.
In your own way.
In your own way, We're not going to get, googly-eyed over here on the podcast.
Well. Some people were DMing me their favorite part from the one episode. Was it 2 or 3? You guys have to tell me. Like, I can't even remember at this point. But where you were talking about Jocelyn and Xavier, and you were like, she was doing some service.
Yeah, she was. She knew her service. She was up and at 'em. That's for sure.
Oh my god. Okay, so then I love this quote too. So, quote, I was his, not bound together by blood or vows or the treaties of men and magic. Bound by this night.
Wow.
I love it.
It's great.
Give me 14 of them.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's a good freaking scene.
It reminds me, I know people are going to be like, oh my God, no, it isn't. I'm like, yes, it is. It reminds me of chapter 55 because chapter 55 in Akamath, they talk about moving mountains and like all these beautiful things like stars aligning and like whatever. And here we have ransom held me, kept me tethered to this realm, moving inside me as I floated to the stars. It's a similar vibe.
Yeah, it's like, this is the truest love.
You've ruined me. That's when you know.
Yeah. That's it.
That's when you know. I guess I'll say this part. These 2 parts. And you're going to like blush.
I am.
Just so
I
you
already
know.
am,
just
actually.
so you know, Rob is blushing. So, quote, hands and knees cross. There was something dark, something dangerous in that tone of voice. A promise that if I obeyed, I'd get everything I wanted and more. And then the very last sentence of that chapter. We're just getting started, wife.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
He's throwing all the cards out there.
I mean, duh.
I mean, when it comes to chapter 54 or 55, what chapter is this?
That was 52.
52? Once you hit 50, you know there's going to be something.
The tension. That's called tension.
The tension.
The heat. The passion. It's chapter 55.
Chapter 55.
Oh, that's one of my favorite quotes from our Akamath reading. Yes.
That still holds true.
It's a good one.
And then for this book, it's chapter 52.
Yes. And in chapter 53, we're still longing, you know. She's like, I craved more.
Yeah.
And they have like a lot of bliss. Let's put it that way. A lot of bliss. My sibling listens to this, so I got to keep it PG. If you're out there, Al.
Yeah.
I will.
Don't judge us.
No, I will stop talking about that part of it immediately.
Immediately.
So we're talking about books at this point. When we go from that to books.
Yeah, keep it simple.
Keeping it classy. Keeping it classy. Learning about tales of the past migrations. Like, Odessa does want to learn all this information. It's important to her. And it's stories that Ransom has heard before, you know, of magic and monsters and of battles fought and lost. Yeah. And she's asking more about the Blood Oaths. She said, "You can't tell me about Elisaria, can you?" He can't. Are you bound by a blood oath? He can't answer. He can't literally answer. But
what's the secret?
What's the secret sauce? It's like Plankton.
We don't know
the Krabby
anything.
Patty recipe.
It's probably simple, but here we are.
Yeah.
Trying to figure it out.
And he's like, all right, enough about the Voster. You talk about them so much. I think you might, like, why are you so obsessed with them? Why are you so obsessed with me? I don't know.
The Voster's gonna get at me.
Yeah.
Creepy. Why'd we
That's
do
the
that?
third time that we've said the same thing.
We're on the same track tonight.
Because we are, I hope that wasn't too loud. We've been together nearly 15 years. So maybe we just start saying the same things.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, we have been together 15 years in October. Yeah.
Whatever you say it is.
2010, Rob. What's our anniversary date?
Oh, crap. You're putting me on the spot.
Yeah, you know it.
I forgot.
What month is it?
Our anniversary of our wedding?
And it's one day off from our dating anniversary.
It's October.
Mm-hmm.
It's...
I'll help you. It's the 9th.
The 9th, yes.
Yep.
Gosh, I'm a horrible husband.
No, you're just tired. You're just tired. It's hard to... You're put on the spot.
I don't even know what today is.
Yeah.
So,
tell me about it.
Okay. Yeah.
And she is always so certain that the Voster have everything to do with everything. Like, they're like the creepos here. And he's like, they are not the enemy. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah, but it's hard not to think that.
When they look like the crew from Salem's Lot, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's hard.
And he doesn't want to have hope. Essentially, that's what we're talking about in this chapter. And she said, well, then I'll have the hope for both of us. And I love that. I love that.
Yep.
And we've got Xavier coming in. Talking about...
Where's he been?
Maybe with some... Jocelyn. No, she was sent back on a ship.
Was she?
And she wants to test if the monsters are drawn to her. And he's like, nope. So.
We're not going to do that. We're not going to start that as a problem.
Yeah. And then Ransom is saying, like, look, I know that you walked in on that. But again, he is a good man, Xavier. Like, he didn't mean to hurt you.
Yeah.
He didn't think you'd walk in on that. First of all, you should be mad at your lady maid. Like, excuse me.
She should have been brooming. But she was doing some other brooming.
Oh. That's funny.
I had to. It was like too good.
She's serving.
Yep.
And they were hoping that the hunts would be working, but really their hope is weak with that. Like, they just keep
they're putting themselves at risk every time too. It's like, all right.
I bet you love this part. Quote, Ransom as a lover was a dream.
Dreamy. Steamy. But, you know, I mean, heck. This is a romance book, right?
It's a romantasy.
It's a romantasy. So, yeah. What the heck? She gonna have those feelings. And guess what? This book wants you to have those feelings with her, probably.
Maybe.
I didn't.
Yeah.
But I was like, you go, girl. You do your thing. You want to be looking at your candy? Your eye candy? Then go for it. Enjoy. I'm just saying, I have no qualms of people loving these books and liking that kind of stuff.
Well,
that's what it's for, right?
Right. Well, you're one of the minority maybe in men, because like all these articles are coming out saying that like Rebecca Yarros and SJM are just like fairy smut, and it's so wrong.
I heard somebody tell me that once.
Wrong.
When I told them that I was reading my wife's romanticy books, and they're like, "Oh, you're reading that fairy smut?"
How dare
and I'm
they?
like, it's pretty good, actually. I go, it sounds like it's smutty, but it's really not.
There's literally stories of triumph, devastation, despair, hope. Don't even get me started on. I could get on this soapbox.
Are you gonna write a book? Are you going to write a book that's just like?
I mean, there are dark romance out there that it's just
that doesn't have anything fun in it. Like, you got to take a break from like the chaos.
Yep.
So like, obviously,
this is real.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's important.
What were we talking about?
It's important to differentiate between, like, don't just call something smut because you don't know anything about it. And like, I've seen these reels where they like actually break down how much of it was actually intimate scenes or like any of those, and it's like very small percentages.
Yeah, when you take this book apart, there's like only a few scenes.
Yeah, it'd probably be like
first the whole book.
1 to 2% of the book.
Yeah,
I know.
It's not a lot. Relax. Chill out. Go put a cold pack on yourself. I don't know. These people are crazy.
I know.
If they're like upset about it.
It's crazy. It is crazy. Like, let people like what they like. And again, there's so much triumph and trauma and overcoming and power struggles and just so many things. Leadership and I could just go
friendship,
on and on.
all of it. It's all there.
Yep. It's all there. So this is our personal FU to those that market like that. So
yeah. What up?
F you.
Come get us.
Yeah.
Put me in jail. I read a romantasy book.
Okay. So we've got, what do we even have here? What's going on?
What's next?
Oh, the guy comes after her. That's right. Like, he's like chanting, like almost like in tongues, like, I'm gonna serve my king, kill her.
Creepy.
I know. Very creepy. But she took her dagger. Her little dagger.
Gotta have it.
You gotta.
Especially if it was a gift. Like, better have that on you now.
And then when he hit the ground, his dark green blood soaked the earth. Of course, it was dark green.
Ugh.
And we're on chapter 54. Tilia felt so bad that the man was even in the town, and she's like, how could you have known he would come after me? Like, you didn't. Like...
Yeah. What can I say, you know?
And then, because it had said that about swearing to serve the king, and why would Ramsay want to kill her? Good question. Oh, and then we find out that she is, working on her contraceptives. Like, she needs 2 T's. She needs one to feel better, and she needs one to make her own choices.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Margot helped her out with that. She had some in the drawer, so she was all set. Well, Margot had sent it with her. Mm-hmm.
There you go, Margot.
Yeah. There's not much good to say about her. Like, she just, like, existed in the first couple chapters. And we get a hug from Luella, but it was a mother's embrace. She's like, I know. That's somebody's mama. That hug.
Mm-hmm.
And she whispered, you're his mother.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you're Evie's mother. You're Evie's mother. And she goes, he told you. No, she guessed it.
No, I figured things out with my own brain.
Because she has a lot of thoughts, yes.
Yeah, she's thinking. All those questions that people don't like that she's asking, guess what? That figured something out.
Led her there. There you go.
Led her to this, so.
Yeah. And they're talking about, she's kind of like filling Odessa in, and like, I know most people would love a king, but I wasn't into him like that. Like, obviously she loves her son, like, and her daughter that he gave to her, but like, she was in love with Mikhail.
Mikhail was the man. Now he's gone. But yeah, she was just, arranged marriage stuff.
And, this is really important. This is a long paragraph. Sorry, everyone, but it was really important when I read it, and I really liked it. Quote, I am no longer the person I once was, Luella said. All that matters now are my children. I will do whatever I can to protect them. Ramsay will find me eventually. But until then, I want as many days with Evie as I can manage. She loves the forest. She loves the rugged, untamed land. She's like Ransom in that way. She's fearless. Maybe if I'm lucky, I'll have the chance to take her sailing one day. To let her feel the salt breeze on her face as she sets off into the unknown. To give her the freedom I didn't fight for myself. Oh no. I feel like a tear coming. It's really...
very empowering message from her.
No. Like, I feel the same way.
Mother's love.
Yeah. I would give anything for mine.
Yeah.
And she's like, why won't you take her away then from all of this? And she is not my only child. Yeah, Ransom. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And, you know, her son.
Yeah.
And he's coming in hot at this point. Like, you were almost killed in the square. What do you mean? And she said, Xavier Ransom Wolf, calm down now or you will leave this suite. And she's like, hey, how did I not see this before? That's definitely a mama talking to her kid.
Yes.
Yep. And she didn't want Evie to see her like that. I mean, she's been through so much. And Ransom did pick up her little monster, set it on her pillow.
Aw.
He really can't stand the thing, but
he had to.
And then we learn about how Xavier's stepfather tried to take him out to get the crown when they were like kids. Crazy. So that's the first person he took a life. Because Odessa's obviously that guy had Lissa that she just took out, but still weighs heavily on you. Like,
yeah, you can't expect to do something like that and not have,
yeah,
like an effect on you in life. Like,
it's going to.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then we've got the last few sentences of the chapter. Quote, he held me until I fell asleep, until we reached the dawn of a new day, until the cracks I feared would never join slowly began to fuse. It's so good.
It is.
So good. And then 55, she just, weeks of bliss, worshiping her body. We're not going to get into it, but a lot of worship, a lot of good stuff.
Praising her.
Yeah. It's not for the practice ring. It's for the bedroom. He said that in the beginning of the book.
Yeah. He's like, we got more practice. We talking about practice? Yeah, we are actually.
Now those strokes need practice. Oh, yeah.
Man.
It's, she really did well with these spicy chapters. I think they're really well done. Not that other books aren't, but this one I really liked.
Yeah.
And Ransom, him and his mom go head to head a lot.
There's a lot of things that haven't been said until this moment.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of a problem.
Well,
like, secrets are coming out.
A lot of secrets.
Yeah.
A lot of them. And, she's going through this, like, record log. It's kind of like a diary and there's a bunch of, like, recipes in it. Like, oh, this is harvested here, and, like, this is what it does, and all this. And we're learning that Kathleen was trying to, lead some breadcrumbs right to this information. Yeah. And she grapples with the idea that, like, not everything is a monster. Like, this is another, like, really, really cool. Devney had some really good points in, like, comparing real life to this book. Like, not everyone's a monster, but there are a lot of monsters out there. But Faze, like, she's hoping that for the future he can avoid a lot of this. Little kitty cat. Well, meow. And she's just learning more about this diary. And the man, she explains to Ransom that the man had Lissa. And she's not sure why he tried to take her out.
It's a mystery.
It is a mystery. But he had not a bite scar, but he had a needle mark.
Ugh.
Yep. Crazy.
Straight to the source.
So someone's trying to recreate it because of the Guardian, Ransom. They want to recreate his super strength. Every time I think of him and, like, his super strength, I think of, like, Edward Cullen, where he, like, keeps the car from hitting Bella.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Get out of here. Where was the man from? Of course, he was from Elisaria.
I was just going to say.
Yep, of course.
But, like, where is it?
Yeah, I know.
Come on.
I know. And Samuel, hey, your map isn't telling us. Kathleen, she's trying to plead to Kathleen, like, what the heck is going on? Like, tell us something. She has hunches. Odessa has
details.
Hunches. They're trying to recreate, like, we're getting more of that, like, to try to stand a chance against the Crux. So essentially, the king does not care who he hurts.
Shocker.
Yeah. So we learn that Kathleen has a secret, and she's like sweating because she can't say nothing because she's blood oath. Who was and Ransom's like, who forced you to keep a secret? Who was it?
Tell me.
His mom. Yeah.
Mama.
Uh-huh.
Why?
It's crazy. It's you, I whispered. You're working with... He's like, what are you doing? You're working with father? And she's like, no, I would never work with that dude.
No.
And then in chapter 56, it was never meant to go this far. What was it meant to go this far, Mama?
This far, I was so mad.
Yeah?
Yeah, I can't even imagine.
I know.
She's like, oh yeah, it was just my hobby. Oh yeah, just my hobby that I used to like play with these potion-y things, and I guess I tried to
save her children from, or her child from, like, what happened to her family.
Yeah, but like she's like, I'll use my kid. Messed up.
I know.
Like, don't, like, let's test on animals maybe first. Like, I don't like to hurt animals, but like I couldn't imagine being like, yeah, we're going right to my kid.
I know. Well, she, I guess, used it on other people, but they never had an effect like him.
That's right. She did mention that part. But
and then we've got, quote, this is Ransom. I can feel it sucking the life from this body with every swing of my sword, every beat of my heart. Mom, what have you done?
I've kind of messed up.
And so Luella's like, I didn't create it. And you know what? Odessa's like, are you freaking kidding me right now? You played a part.
Yeah.
But she said, Lissa is magical and I am not. Girl, are you really trying to backtrack right now?
She's like, hear me out. I'm not really the problem. This other stuff is the problem.
And she's saying science is a magic of its own along with the monsters. So it's like just her thought that, you know, they're stronger, faster, better in all ways. So she was striving to harness this ability to give everyone the strength to heal after a Crux migration. And this is like, what about the Voster? Some might look at them as monsters, she said. And Odessa's like, I surely did for a long time. And the Vosters simply know how to use their powers, is what his mom said. But that doesn't mean it doesn't flow through their veins of the monsters. It could be anywhere. And Ransom's like, I don't care. Like, I don't care about any of this. I want to hear how you created this. Why do this? And she's like, well, I had a little workshop. You know, I couldn't stand your dad.
Yeah, so I was just like, make some potions. Tonics. Alchemist stuff.
And in those books, she found adventures that she was never going to get anymore. And you kind of feel bad for her in a way. You're like, oh man, that really sucks. Like, you're just like, got to be this queen and you didn't even want to be.
Yeah, she's kind of strapped to being queen.
That's 3 queens. Well, Evie don't know.
I just want to be a scientist. Yeah. But here I am.
Gotta be a queen.
Yep.
Like, so she just is like, it made me wonder, what if we could be stronger? What if we could fight infections? And he, this quote, so you were looking for a way to stop an infection, but created one instead. Brilliant.
Call out of the year.
Ransom is just like, I am not happy with you. And she just explains like some alchemy stuff, which I found kind of cool. Like, we just were testing. We tried some on leg of a dying patient and he lives to this day. So she's like, look at me, I did some stuff. And they're like, all right, cool for you. Very cool for you.
That's great, but look at the chaos right now, Mom. Come on.
I know. Yeah. And he's like, well, you created this nightmare without my knowledge. Like, why? Why would you do this? And she's like, science. 10 of us. Yeah.
She's just like, science.
In the name of science. And she's like, 10 of us took it and none of us have this problem.
It's just you.
It's just you, dude.
Sorry, son, but it's your fault.
So Lissa was born from 2 beings, a barrow wolf, a one-eyed monster, and Ransom. And he's so upset. He's like, I started Lissa. I started it.
Kind of seems that way.
Yeah, and she's like, I'm going to find a cure. And he's like,
Mom, I don't know if you should be messing around with science anymore.
Yeah, you might
I think we should stop this science
stuff. No more for you. You're done. That's too many slices. You know, she put on here, if Odessa's body was fueled by questions, then this quote, was this woman's body fueled by lies? Luella, she's a liar.
Back to science, though. One thing I always think, this is something I always think about when I think of like mixing stuff, is I remember watching this ad for like not mix. It was like back in like the 90s. It was like to not mix like home chemical cleaning products because you can like, do you remember that?
Bleach and something.
Yeah, like I just remember people like blowing their toilets up because like mom decided to put like bleach in there and whatever else to make it combust. And like, yeah, it was pretty wild.
In all of this, like her poor son is suffering, right? And she's like, well, he can't find out that you just got to get bit by a monster because we can't sacrifice our sons. You did.
Yeah, what the heck? You did it.
She's like, Luella was like pressing me a little bit in this chapter. Like you said, you were mad.
Yep, I was.
And, you know, his father was running short on time before the next migration.
Really?
Yeah. He's like, I want to be able to stop them and be like the coolest king in the whole world. And so he's just so mad. He's like, there isn't a cure. You think the Foster would have figured it out by now. Like, they wouldn't have done it. Not. And then we find out, this is very interesting. And like, I still have like 10 million questions about this. But on the etching of the cover was a winged emblem. The same emblem that Odessa wore around her neck.
What?
Yeah, it's like so weird. And then we've got 58. She's like, where the heck is the guardian? Because that's what she calls him outside of, you know, their room. Because people don't know, like, who he is. Only a few people. And she's like, he did not want anyone to know where he was. She knew that for sure. Like, he was on the run. Like,
he's in, yeah.
And he's like, how could you not be mad at your mom? Like, this is crazy. Yeah. Like, how dare she?
Crazy.
Let's see. And she's like, people looked to the guardian like he was a different, you know, like a god almost. A legend, a savior, a hero.
That legend, the guardian.
And he's like, I was literally created. Like, I feel bad. I feel so bad for him.
Yeah, I mean, it's great that he's like powerful and stuff, but he holds a burden of it, you know, like having to like
created it.
One, he created it, but two, like he has to like defend everybody still. Yeah. It's a lot.
He's like, look, I really want to like not pretend, and I want to be with you, and I want to like everyone to know, but like I gotta like stop my father, because like if he finds out,
Daddy gonna be mad.
Yeah. And so basically his goal is to end all of the monsters. All of them. Including himself, he wants.
Yeah, he says that to her. He's like, I think she asked, and because she likes asking questions. And he was like, what do you think, Odessa? It's to end all of them.
Including him, yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, remember, you love me.
Hate.
Or remember, you hate me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one. I was like, oh, they're bringing that back.
Don't forget. And she finally like tells him that, oh yeah, my father sent me here to spy. He's like,
I know. I'm super powerful. You didn't think I knew something? I have a good brain too.
And he's like, you're a horrible spy. Yeah. Literally so
She asked so many questions. It just kind of gave it away.
And she's like literally telling off these blood oaths. Like, how dare they? Like, he can't answer like any questions at all.
No.
He can't ask the men to turn around, like, and go against his father. He can't do it. Like, he literally can't bound. So.
Yeah, that was a pretty crazy part too.
I know.
Like, it was very intense. Like, him explaining that, like, oh crap. Yeah, he really can't.
And 59 starts with a few more days of bliss. We all know what happened there at this point. There wasn't really much on the page, but we can hypothesize what happened. And Ramsay was never going to give up on Lyssa. No. Like, he was going to be like, I'm going to make some cool, like, superhumans.
If you're reading this and you're a Lyssa, are you just, like, infuriated?
I literally said that. We said this.
I know,
like,
but
did she have, like, a mortal nemesis that's named Alyssa?
Way to go, Alyssa.
You really effed up.
You messed up. I wrote you in a book.
Devney's like, I can't stand you.
Alyssa, you're a dirty
dork
that's now leeching poison something.
Monstrous thing. Yeah. Yeah.
It's crazy.
So again, we have Xavier leaving. So Evie, of course, is sad because this is the most common thing in this book. It is so sad. I love Evie so much, so it's so hard.
Yeah.
Then Odessa has some thoughts, of course. Quote, these monsters, we didn't understand them, did we? They were more than animals, more than beasts. They truly had magic. Faze was only a baby, but I was constantly surprised by how much he understood. Joy, anger, heartache. And this is what I was saying, like in my summaries, that like she's grappling with, like, they have a lot of feelings. Like these quote unquote monsters from the gods. I don't think they are overtly bad. I mean, there's probably a good pack of them that are not good, but Faze, like, he seems like a good little pet. Like, ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Evie is again showing her another secret place. I don't know how Evie knows about every single secret place in this whole joint. Like,
it's kids for you.
Yeah, they're sponges. They learn everything.
Yeah.
And she finds some little migration tunnels. They find out from the Crocs. She's like, I came down here yesterday, and I told Kathleen I was playing upstairs with Faze.
I think that she just tells it to her, like, yeah, I lied.
Yeah, I'm a liar at 4.
I've been down here.
Yeah. Well, that's what they said. Don't cage her in.
Yeah.
Like, she wants to fly. So we learn a little bit about these tunnels. Every time I think of this, it reminds me of, like, Selena. Like, her going in the creepy tunnels and then talking to ghosts. Elena and Gavin.
Yeah.
We've got her thinking about Quintus for the first time in a long time.
It's been a minute.
I know.
Forgot I came from there.
And this is a sad chapter because he's like, you deserve your freedom, Odessa. Like, you deserve to be let out of your cage.
Yeah, you shouldn't have to be bound to me in this area, but...
Yeah. Then here's your quote. Quote, then you have to come back to me or I'll hate you forever. And he said, you already hate me. Yes, I do. And he said, don't forget.
Don't forget.
Yeah. She doesn't regret anything, and neither does he. And then we find out that his mom is going to go to Ramsey, like turn herself in almost.
Yep, I did do that. So.
And Ransom asks her like an impossible task, like, can you take Evie? I'm sure it was so hard for him to ask this. Like, if anything happens to Xavier, Luella, Ransom. And she's like, I will do anything you ask. Get her out of Tura, take her to Quintus. I promise. I was like sad. I was like, this is like, what is happening? And we're at 94%. And from 94% to the end is like nuts. Like absolute mutiny. And then we've got Ransom roaring. I love when a man roars in a book. Do not open the gates.
Don't do it.
Sounds like The Walking Dead. And then we're on chapter 60. Ramsey pulls up. You know, he's real smug. This dude is smug.
King for you. Yeah. Like, that's every king.
Yeah.
They just got that mean look on their face.
Just like, the stank.
Y'all stank. And I'm freaking sitting on a golden toilet.
And we find out his oath can't turn the men away. He cannot turn them away.
Another oath. Like,
there's so many.
It's too many. Like, this is why laws are made, I guess.
Yeah.
But, jeez.
And she immediately felt a prickle on her skin when Brother Dime came through the gates. Like, what was he doing with King Ramsey?
I don't know. But Brother Dime. Like, I don't know what it is about his name. I want to say it like that every time. Brother Dime. Oh. It's just a good name for kind of a creepy dude.
This is the part, the Vosterberg distraction. But she's like, a man I almost forgot. Banner. Huh? Banner. Yeah. What was he doing there? Shocking.
This thing shocked me.
It shocked you? That Banner?
I was like, I thought I just kind of gave up on him. I'm like,
I didn't think he was coming because that boat ride is so long. Like, that boat ride is like literally 5 chapters in this book.
Yeah, and then he didn't really care when she left. He was like, all right, bye-bye.
And so no one dropped to bow. Oh, well, everyone dropped a bow except for Ransom and her. They were like
okay, finger. Banner, what are you doing here?
No, not Ramsey.
Oh, Ramsey, yeah.
They're like, I'm not bowing to you.
He's not our king.
Not my king.
No.
And she's like, what is Banner even doing here? Is he here because of my dad? Like, what is going on? Oh, she knows why. Revenge against the Guardian. Of course. And they talk about how there was a crux spotted. And Ramsay's like, if anyone don't want to stay here, they can come into my city. No one wants to go into your city because you're going to collect soldiers and you're going to zap them. And they're all going to perish. It's like, no.
No, thanks.
And then we find out that he made a bargain with the Gold King, which is Odessa's father, and General Banner. And she's like, and to get him to his fiance. And she's like, I am not going with that dude. and he laughed. I am not here for you. Ew.
Yeah. Who is it though? This part.
It's Brielle.
And I was like, what the heck?
And she's like so excited. She's like, Banner. You know, these lady maids they suck. And it just doubles down on Odessa never having anyone in her life from her old place that ever cared about her.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever, but like they were like
just double
agents.
Yeah, it's like,
double
wow.
agents. That is crazy. And she always knew Banner loved someone else. Well, she heard rumors that he had another person in the city. The
rumors.
Yep. And then Luella, she's there. She shows up. And they're like, you better hide Evie because this dude,
crazy.
Get him out of here.
Yeah.
Let's see. She needed it to end. She's like, she made a mistake. She's like, I gotta be done. I gotta be done with this. Like, I gotta own up to what I've done. Then we find out that he knows that there's a 4-year-old girl that looks very similar to the queen, Luella.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. And you want to know how we learned that? From her trifling lady maids.
You know, they're just full of it, these lady maids.
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah, they got all the rumors and they're right, unfortunately.
Yeah, they suck.
Those two.
They suck. Let's see. What do we got? Like, let her go. Ransom's like, I will literally end you. Like, don't you look at her like that. She is my life. And he said, she will be your death as your mother will be mine. All right, bro. Can you get over it already? Like, she didn't love you.
No. Get a life.
Oh, and then Banner feels betrayed. Who cares? When Banner was betrayed, I'm like, good. He's like, the Guardian is your son?
What?
Banner's so angry. And then he throws Odessa at Brother Dime. You wanted her. You deal with her. What?
Yeah.
She always didn't trust them, and now. And then all of a sudden, this chapter ends with the unmistakable beating of wings. Crux.
Oh.
This crux was enormous. Bigger than she ever could have guessed. Like, terrifying.
It's wild.
And,
wild bird.
You know, there's a little bit of insanity going on, and Jocelyn gets, like, plucked into two. By the crux. See ya. She's gone.
She gone.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't take much.
And so much is going on. Ransom's just screaming, like, watch out, take cover. It's, like, crazy. This chapter was nuts. And I'm like, I feel like I'm on a roller coaster. Like, I warned everyone that read this, like, just so you know, the last couple chapters is absolute mutiny. And they're like, it can't be. Already so many crazy things happened. Hold my beer.
Yeah. That's, like, the perfect time for it. She was like, yep, I'm going to write a book where they're going to be like, how'd you do that?
Evie is with Odessa, so she's good. And then Halston got a leg taken off. Like, dang.
That was bad.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
That was not good timing.
Yeah, there's just so much mutiny. Literally mutiny going on.
And poor Evie sees this at 4
years old. Yep. And then
And okay, this part is this the chapter? It might be a little bit farther away. But then the one lady trying to put the head back on her husband.
Yeah, it is this chapter.
This is the chapter.
It's horrifying. I know.
That was like, what? Like, when I heard that in the audio, I'm like, jeez.
This almost made a tear come. And with a snap of her beak, she cleaved Luella's body in two. She made some mistakes, but
we didn't need that.
No, and Ransom is so upset. That's so sad. And then Xavier and 3 of the warriors are trying to like take off. Like, this Crux is like no joke. Like, no wonder they are fearing these Crux migrations, because whoa.
Yeah, this one's not good.
It was so sad. Like, it just like gives me chills thinking about it again. It's nuts. We have Evie just so scared. Like, of course she is. She's 4.
Yeah.
They're heading
handle a 30s. 34 years old. I'm scared.
Yeah. And they were trying to run from the Crux into the tunnels that Evie just showed her. And who was down there? Banner. Hiding. He sucks.
Sneaky man.
He made a vow to himself that he would take out the person the Guardian loved most, which is obviously her.
Mm-hmm.
In 62, we got Banner. And you know what? Odessa and Banner are kind of going back and forth. Like, she learned some stuff in training.
She did.
He was like shocked. He's like, I thought this was going to be easy prey. No.
No, she was like saying that, well, this is like a little bit jumping ahead, but she was like, all that training, like, Banner really wasn't that hard to take down.
Yeah, well, he got a little shite, whatever, at the end, but she's like, why wouldn't you go and get Brielle and get the heck out of here? And he's like, no, because I got to avenge my brother. All right, you don't even care about your love of your life? Like, you suck, bro. You literally suck. And he throws a knife, because where did Banner learn to throw knives? But whatever. And he didn't hit his target, but he hit Xavier.
Yeah, that was horrible too.
Wild. And Evie, I can't imagine the shrieks of horror that came from her. Ugh.
My brother.
No, her papa.
My dad, Papa.
My dad. Not my dad.
Not my dad.
And this is like, I literally was like in a puddle at this point. I felt so bad. And she said, Papa, his eyes filled with tears of his own as he reached for her with garbled, bloody words on his lips. I love you.
Oh,
I know.
So sad.
Oh. And Odessa's so sorry, but she's like, I can't save him. Like, what am I gonna do? Like, I gotta protect Evie.
Yeah, unfortunately, they had to keep moving.
Yeah, this Crux.
Yeah.
And she just apologized to Evie, like, I'm so sorry I had to leave your dad. And it's freaking horrible. This whole part, Luella's gone. And then, this is what you're talking about. The husband tried to put his wife's head back on the body.
I know.
And they're watching this. Evie's watching this at 4.
Poor Evie. Holy crap.
And she's like, we're gonna run. We gotta run.
We gotta get our sneakers and go fast and get away. Let's roll out of here. But let's keep our head on.
Literally. Ransom's doing everything he can to keep the Crux from getting to her and Evie. They just seem like they have a target on her, like coming for her. They're coming for her.
They're not stopping.
And just warning, it's not safe. You need to get out of here. Like, the migration is coming earlier than they thought. You need to bring her to Quintus. You have to get her to safety, because she cannot live like this. Like, go to Trio first. Go to Treehouse Town, and I'll meet you there if I survive. Like, very grim. Very grim. Just do whatever you need to do to get her out of here.
Yeah, he's pretty adamant about that.
And then we've got a little bit of a different quote here. Hot tears drip to the dirt at my boots. I love you. Yes, you do. Don't forget. I will find you here or in the shades.
Mm-hmm.
I know. Like, what? Oh my goodness. It's just such chaos. I remember reading the end of this and I was like, has anyone read this yet that I can talk to? Because I was screaming internally, and literally no one. I think there was nobody that had read this before me. I know that sounds crazy to say.
You're one of those people.
I was
I knew them before.
No,
I knew them.
Everyone that Reddit was after me, like, that I talked to. So it was just like,
that's awesome though.
Somebody read it immediately, and then I made my little sister read it immediately. Thanks for that. You're a real homie. And then we got Brother Dime, the one person she don't want to see.
Yeah.
And he's like, "You're gonna come with me, child.
You coming with me? We're going on a little walk. Oh, I'm gonna turn the lights off too."
With his bony hand. Don't you love when they describe the bony hand?
No. No, I hate it. It freaks me out. But yeah, he's like, yeah, we're gonna go.
A whoosh
but she
of
felt
air.
okay, but like she was scared shitless.
Yeah.
But then he didn't touch her though.
No.
And that gave her like okay, I think I'm all right.
And she trusts Ransom, who trusts them.
Yeah.
So
like, that was like.
Here's your favorite chapter, apparently. 63, where it's the man's chapter. And he said some really gross stuff, the stench and gore. Ew.
Dude, the audio is awesome.
I gotta listen to it.
I'm gonna make you listen after this. Because it was like, whoa.
And, Kathleen was sobbing over his mother's body. Like, oh, this is like, I don't know. Like, Ransom has really been through it. I mean, his mom kind of did this to him. But still. But they had Halston was fighting for his life, and so was Xavier. I was like, I literally almost pooped my pants when I read that. He was like fighting for his life. I'm like, I thought he died back there.
I know.
I was like, yes. Dre, it would be the time for him to live his life as his own if he did survive. This is what Ransom said. Like, no more pretending to be him. This is it.
Yep.
We're done immediately.
Right now.
So this is absolutely insane. This part. Insane in the membrane. One of them doesn't have a membrane. Some of them were put in two. But anyway, quote, "There should have been a monster's lifeless body in the courtyard. There should have been a winged beast with my sword in its chest. Instead, I'd pulled my sword from this woman's body, a woman with red hair, the spiraling curls, a mix of orange and strawberry and copper. Odessa's hair."
Yeah.
Bro.
Like.
What?
That was the ending?
No, much. Well, the ending is fire. I love this ending. The very last part. So Kathleen called, "Where are you going?" He kept walking, and he said, "To find my wife."
That's the way to end a book. Yes.
Oh, is that a way to end a book? Hey, everybody out there, just remember Rob said this, okay?
I think it was great.
If you know, you know. Everyone remember that Rob is saying this right now.
You're alluding to other books.
I just want everyone here to remember that you said this. Put it in your memory banks.
Okay, but like we're gonna get another book, right?
From this?
Yeah.
No, she's just never gonna make one again.
Devney Perry.
She's not. This is a
one and only.
This is a standalone book. Yeah.
This is a standalone.
Yeah, there's no more.
There's no. Oh, what? No, I am mad. I thought there was more.
No.
This is the only book.
Yeah, this is it.
And that's how I have to end it?
Yeah.
You're joking.
You're done. This is it.
This is it?
Yeah.
I don't believe you. I don't. What?
I'm just kidding. There's going to be more.
Oh,
there's going to be at least.
I was shitting my pants just now. I was like.
You got to know what's going to happen.
I do, because I'm like, wait.
There's going to be at least 3, and it's going to be adapted into a movie.
Okay, good.
I don't know how that's going to look.
That's pretty good. I don't normally get riled for books. Well, this one I got riled.
So Rob texted me yesterday, and he said he had just finished Shield. That's why we're recording. We're recording on freaking Tuesday night. This is not normal for this podcast, but we haven't had time with all the craziness going on. But he texted me. He goes, "Shield of Sparrows was so good!" ! This man doesn't really use exclamation points, especially
I didn't even get a chance to text you, and that's like
that's the only thing. Yeah, I'm like waiting to hear from him about like our son.
Like 6 messages, and I'm like, "Oh, I'll get to it in a second. I'm working," and then
but Shield of Sparrows is so good.
And then I looked at your messages, and I'm like, I gotta tell her this before I forget to say it.
Oh my god!
Like, oops.
So that's crazy.
It was.
But I'm just awesome April Fools in June. There isn't any more books.
Yeah, no, I was seriously mad just now. Yeah. I was like, are you kidding?
Well, I guess you gotta follow Devney. Well, you don't even know. Rob has been on our page legitimately one time. He has logged in one time. And it's called Dropbook Murphys plural. And yes, he is a big part of it, but he does not log in.
No.
So unless I say you're talking to
I don't
Rob.
even know the password.
Yeah, I know. I had to log you in that one time. When he answered a few of your DMs and he answered a few of your questions in a Q&A, and I was like, you can never do that again because I don't know. Like, what? You can't leave him to his own devices.
We went live. That was not a good choice.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, don't ever invite us to a con or like a get together because we don't know what he'll say. I'll have to be in his ear. No, I'm just kidding. But we end the episode with your Rob retraces. So can you tell me 2 tropes?
Oh, the tropes. You know, the book was so good, I forgot to think about those.
Yeah, I mean, it is hard to like think about it.
There's gotta be one with the chapter where they got spicy. Yeah. There's gotta be a trope within there, right?
Not necessarily.
He said mine. You're mine.
That's a micro trope. That's good.
I guess I know the micros.
Yeah, you really like the micro tropes. What about another one? It's the one I've been trying to see if you'll figure out.
This one I thought I figured out. And then I think I asked you a couple days ago and you're like, no.
Yeah, that's not the one I'm thinking of. No, I didn't say it was stupid.
Yeah, you were like, come on.
It's not the one I'm thinking of.
For the whole book? A trope for the whole book? I don't know. Destiny? Like destined love? I don't know.
Well, Destiny is a good one. The one I was looking for was hidden identity.
Oh, yeah.
You probably just, maybe you didn't know. That's one, I was looking for.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know that was a trope, honestly.
There's so many tropes.
I mean...
You should know. You did the trope bracket.
That one didn't get that far.
Yeah, it's true.
It got literally the second round.
It got knocked out by probably enemies to lovers. I don't remember, but
and when I thought, you know what's funny? When I did the trope book throwdown thing, I was like, people are into that. Like that feels exciting when someone's
a hidden identity.
Hidden, and then I'm like, that seems stressful.
Well, what about Selena?
I know it now, but
yeah, that's true.
I don't know.
It is stressful. So yeah, we were going to take a little break. We don't know what book we're going to do next. I think we might leave it up to you guys to decide, possibly.
Yeah, throw us some ideas.
See how many of you want to weigh in on what we should cover next, because we don't really have a clue. And we're taking a little break because Rob is really busy in the summer. And work has been picking up. Being a small business owner is tough. And you have to.
The unexpected will happen.
Oh yes.
Yeah. But it's all fun. It's all good times.
So getting him to do videos anymore is so hard. So sitting him down to do this is fun though, because he really, really, truly loved this book, as you can tell.
It was good. I was so mad that you just now for a second. I was like, this can't be the only one.
This can't be. So yeah, we are gonna take, like I said, a little break and kind of think about what book we want to do next, and I don't know if we want to dive into a full-fledged series right now, because that's a big time investment. Look at how long Rob has been reading Throne of Glass. It's been a long time.
Yeah, that's too many maybe. But
yeah, so
a single book or maybe 2 books. I could do 2 books, but
yeah, we'll see. Let us know. Let us know. But we are the Dropbook Murphys. I'm Jackie.
And I'm Rob.
And we will see you next time.
See ya.
Bye.